Hi guys, how you all doing? So I had my little rant and whatnot yesterday, and it's interesting how I always lose a few subscribers when I've just share genuinely of my own process. I find that interesting. It shows me that there are people who are just simply not interested in authenticity and who are not interested in really, doing the hard work. Or maybe they're just not interested at this moment in time and will be at some point in the future. I don't know. Maybe it was the swearing. Fucking hell. I don't know. It was a really tough day yesterday. It was a tough night. It was a tough morning this morning, and I guess it's going to continue to be tough for the time being, because that's the climate that we're in, basically, innit? Cup of tea. It's so difficult for us. I believe it's the part of the problem is truly because we have been so gaslit from the fucking go that how can you trust anything ever again? You find yourself wondering, how can I ever trust anything ever again? You're taught that you can't trust yourself, so and in schools and your own parents teach you that you need to listen to the authorities, that you need to listen to the external, you need to listen to the experts and the teachers and the politicians and whatnot, because you don't know anything. And it's interesting because somebody left a comment yesterday saying how to admit that you don't know anything is the height of wisdom. And actually, I don't believe that at all. Any type of creator being would not want its creations to be subjugated, powerless and ignorant. That would be a false, evil god. That would be the Demiurge. And that is not at all what this is about. That is fake humility. This is the kind of humility that utterly eviscerates and disempowers, and I don't believe in it at all. That is what it's done to us. That is what this realm basically has been invaded by. Because it wasn't always like this, and I've said this before and I've said it again. This place wasn't always like this. A dear friend of mine had to take her little cat in to have an operation so that she won't continue to have kittens. And this is a tiny little cat. She's only a little baby cat. She's not very old at all. I think she's about 4 months old or 5 months old or 6 months old, but not very old. And Looms, do you want to say hello? Say hello. Oh, you're a bit dirty. Is this my Looms? You've met him before. He is an absolute angel. And he likes to go underneath the cars. Oh, God. Then he comes back with black on him, You're very much like Rambo First Blood, aren't you? Yes, you are, darling. So, that sort of horrible shit happens in this fallen world. Where very young animals are forced to reproduce again and again and again and again without sort of... And they suffer horrendously. There's loads of homeless animals everywhere, and it's just wrong. Everything in this realm is wrong, and we know this. But it's an invasion. It's a hijack. And it's not about listening to the external sources. It isn't. It may be for some people. It seems it is at some point an inevitable part of the journey, because, you know, you come out of the paradigm of, well, I don't know anything, I'm powerless, I need to listen to the experts, that's how it works, right? But when you are a true soul traveler, you always have that strong intuition that tells you, no, I need to work it out for myself. So what you do is you go around, you try a bit of this, and you try a bit of that, and you try a bit of that. You might be a Buddhist for a little bit, you might be a born-again Christian for a little bit, you might be this, you might be that. And you'll take pearls and pearls, but somehow you always retain your independence. You always retain your own sovereignty in the midst of all of that. And then in the midst of all the traumatic experiences that you're subjected to, or perhaps that you chose to have, who knows really, right? Everything that you experience here in this realm is taken and is alchemized and alchemized and alchemized. And so you do gain gnosis. See? We do know things. Yes, we do. We're not meant to be these, it's like all these people with all this utter rubbish of like, oh, you know, we're all one, and, you know, when you die you go back to the oneness. In other words, you just stop, you cease to exist really, you know, you're just like just part of this formless mass, and you cease to exist. Your consciousness is basically, it just gets reabsorbed and that's it. I mean, all of this is anathema to me. It's an abomination. Or, oh, we are meant to not know anything, and, you know, we're meant to be subservient, and we're meant to be humble and on our knees begging for mercy. No, no, no. None of that is right. This is a fallen world, people. It's a fallen world. We know it's all wrong. We have been so manipulated. It's a full frontal assault of psychological warfare from day one. Not to mention the download of all the ancestral trauma that you're literally that's downloaded into you whilst you're in gestation. So you're born with it. It's this. Wow, it's beyond words. So, how then do we recover? How then do we actually get back to our true essence? How do we ever get out of this insanity? Or is it about getting out of here? There's something that I've felt for a while now. So it's been sort of there on the periphery of my consciousness, and it is this, that each and every one of us soul travelers exist in their own dimension. I know that sounds like you're thinking, what is she talking about? Well, what I mean is this. I've noticed this over and over and over again, how my reality may be very, very similar to that of another soul traveler. So that it seems, to all intents and purposes, as if we are experiencing exactly the same reality. But then I start to notice subtle differences. And all of a sudden it comes to me, and this is a very intuitive thing, but it comes to me that you're in a slightly different reality. That's why. I've noticed as well that certain people that are subscribed or not, I don't know, to my channel, that leave comments that in the past have been really profound and sound as a pound. My poetic skills. Ooh. Anyway, right, amazing comments that have really inspired me, that have been like, wow, good stuff. And all of a sudden now they're leaving comments where it's like, what the fuck, you're born again Christian now? What? You went from up there to down here, scrabbling around in the dirt. What the fuck? And you realise that's not the same person. No. I was in a different reality where that person, that avatar was sold and it was great. Now I'm in another area or another dimensional space or another timeline, who knows, and that avatar here is not sold or has a lesser soul created by a lesser god. Who knows? Who fucking knows? And all of a sudden the consciousness level has dropped dramatically. This has happened to me many times, where I've known people that I've had massively fantastic conversations with, and it's like, woohoo! You meet them again 6 months later, and it's like you're talking to a completely different person. It's like, no, something about this is off. So this is something I've noticed. I honestly do not believe that we are in the same reality all the time at all. And I honestly don't believe that we are all in the same reality either. I think this place, whatever it is, morphs itself according to our quest, to whatever our experience is meant to be. That is what it feels like to me. That is what it seems like to me. There are some of us who are very closely aligned, whose realities, as it were, are very closely related. And so we are having a very similar experience. Soul travelers. There's this group of us who are having a very similar experience, who are all seeing the truth of this fallen world, who are feeling it acutely, who are in a great deal of pain, going through the madness and the insanity of slowly but surely gaining back control, for lack of a better word, of our entire self. And the shadow is a part of that. So when I talked about Jimmy yesterday, I was joking when I said, oh, I'm gonna get a baseball bat. You know, I like to put a funny slant on it all, because I think we have to be able to laugh at ourselves. I think it's very important. We have to be able to laugh at it. And so that's why I do that. But ultimately, the parts of us, the darkest parts of our shadows that are giving us such terrible grief, are the most wounded parts of us that need the most love. And yes, it does feel as if we are in the battle for our soul here. To those soul travelers that are having such similar, experiences, it does really feel that way. It's like, okay, this is it now. We have arrived at the battle of Armageddon. Here we are on the battlefield, the host of soul travelers, right? It's a cold fucking day, it's snowing, it's raining, it's hailing, it's galing. And obviously over there we see the forces of darkness. And they look fucking disgusting. You can smell them from miles away. It's like, woo, woo. Yeah. They're badly dressed. They have bad skin conditions. Yeah. They all seem to have had a bad hair day for several weeks now, and they have never seen a shower. And they're all there. Oh yes. And we're here. And we're looking around, we're thinking, there's not that many of us. What the fuck? There's only 144,000 of us, and there's like millions of them. Right? And then we might do that thing that King Theoden does in the film, which he actually does in the book as well. Those films, they were, Lord of the Ring, they were not really very true to the book. So I didn't like them that much. I read the books so many times. It's one of my favourite trilogies and absolutely amazing. And King Theoden is actually an amazing character in the book. He's not this fucking defeatist asshole that he was in the film. He's actually a really courageous man. And he's like, right now! Right now! And that's us. That's us, here, now. Right now! Right! Right, soul warriors! To the light! To the light! To the light! That's us now. That's us now, because you know what? The darkness, the assault is palpable. I mean, this morning it was like, whoa! What it says to me, what it did to me yesterday, somebody kindly left a comment saying, check your psychic boundaries, honey. And I thought, yeah, thank you again. You've left some bloody good comments before about TRE as well, and I thank you for that. It's a bit more complex though, mind you, psychic boundaries. When you have a shitload of trauma, your psychic boundaries are shit. Your psychic boundaries are only as good as the healing that you have done, ultimately. Why do you think they trauma-based mind control us, hey? So that we don't have psychic boundaries, so we become completely, you know, that's it, innit? It says that basically, well, you've got nothing to show for anything, you've nothing to show for it. There's not been any magic or miracles, there's not been any healing. Your life's a fucking mess. You're not secure, and so you're not safe because you need money to be secure, and all the bad things are going to happen. Look what's happening to you. Look what's happening to your health. Look what's happening in your life. Look at what's happening in the world. If the light, the Great Mother, whatever, was powerful, if you were powerful, why would you be living on your knees like this? Why would you be feeling like this? Why would this be happening to you? Why would you be so sick right now? Why would your hair be falling out? Why would this? Why would that? And that is a very effective argument. It's very, very effective. Because if you add that argument to the sustained trauma that we carry, if you add that argument to the melee and chaos that we are all feeling at the moment, you think, well, yeah, that's right, you're right, evil's won. You know, then you start thinking, actively encouraged by the dark side, the dark generator, you start thinking, well, maybe evil's really, really clever, and evil just wants to convince us to trust the light. That's what I had this morning, you see. It was like, well, if you trust that there is meaning here, if you trust that you are a powerful creator being and that you are here to do something very special, if you trust that somehow this is all going to work out in the most magical way, if you trust that and you surrender yourself to that, the gnosis of that light, you're going to be betrayed. You're gonna, at the end of that, you're gonna find this evil, demonic creature looking down at you going, what, you really thought that was real? Get the fuck real, now get back down on your knees, like that. That's what our shadow fears the most. That is what I call the ultimate betrayal. And that is why it refuses to come out into the light, you see. And that is why it's in there saying, I'm not fucking moving from this dark torture chamber because you're going to stab me in the back. And that's why it's so angry. That's why there's all that hate and all that rage and all that vengeance. Because it's got a book, it's got a ledger. And on it tallies all the crimes that have been committed. All the abuse, all the gaslighting, every incident, minor and major and everything in between, is kept on this ledger. And every day and every minute of the day it looks at this ledger. Every day. And it keeps a perfect memory of everything that is bad that has ever happened. It doesn't remember the good shit though. There's no ledger there of the good things that have happened, only the bad things. Interesting, isn't it? It's a bit like the mainstream media. Maybe it works for CBC and CNN or something. You know, it'd be there on TV, looking all fucking weird and black and crispy, going and bad breath and you know whatnot, and spluttering out blood on the news. You know, on David Letterman, everything is shit. I hate you all. And David Letterman going, yeah, you know, that's the truth. Yeah, everybody, go on. Or on Oprah, imagine that. Imagine Jimmy, the shadow, on Oprah. It's all shit. It's all shit, we're all gonna die, you're all worthless shit fuckers, you know. And Oprah would be there with this beatific smile going, oh, isn't that amazing, you're so wise, yes, isn't that the truth? Brilliant. It's in there with that ledger, and it tallies all the negativity, and that's it. But it never tallies any of the good stuff that's happened, any of the inspirational, beautiful, infinite love and creativity affirming happenings that have taken place. You see? Because it's so severely traumatized. And it's gone insane with the pain. We all literally have, and that is a part of us, and that is what needs to be healed. And for that to be healed, these catalysts happen. You see, like, I'll tell you now that my hair is sort of falling out, which it seems to have stopped again now, interestingly enough. I don't know what's going to happen with that, but I can tell you what that has done to me. It has gone into me, and it has reached my shadow, the deepest, darkest, densest, most resistant, most rage-filled part of my shadow. Because maybe only that happening, only my hair falling out could have reached that part of me, could have brought that up, elicited that, so that it can be experienced and felt and understood and acknowledged and healed thereby. Thus, no longer be there for the dark generate to latch onto, to sink its hooks into, to use against me, and to create its nefarious, sick reality through me. You see? This shit sits there in the subconscious of the people who haven't done any shadow work. They're not aware of it being there. You know, the beautiful spiritual people, they're only interested in what a lot of people refer to as spiritual bypassing. So we're not going to do any of the work. We're just going to go straight to the love and light. I believe in love and light, but I don't believe in it the same way as the New Age does. It's about hard graft, people, and it's about standing in our power when we are surrounded by such horrific darkness that's had us by the throat all our lives, that had our ancestors by the throat. And so we've inherited that as well. This, I tell you, is not for the faint-hearted. And there is no fucking way that we came here to go through all of that and then suffer horrendously, then die, and then okay, well, we've exited the matrix now, and now we're okay. That's totally pointless. This is about being creator beings. It's about how to create versus how not to create. We are infinite, I feel that. We are in the fight of our lives, literally. We at this point in time, we again and again have to make the ultimate choice. Either we take a leap of faith and trust that the power of love, infinite, unconditional love and creativity, that the magic of love and infinite creativity is very, very real. That we are that it is us. That we are these amazing, powerful beings. Some sort of angel, not in a religious sense. Maybe that's why people unsubscribe, because people, when you mention the word angel, people get very angry, because immediately they think about Christianity. That is not what I'm talking about at all, at all. Angels in the Christian sense are, to my in my opinion, are grown men dressed in dresses with wings on. So angels are trannies. In my humble opinion, that's all that. So that's not what I meant. So maybe angels isn't a very good word for it, I don't know, but we are something very special, and we either take that leap of faith now and trust that little by little, ooh, backing off, oh no, that can't possibly be true, I better go into the darkness and fear, and ooh, I better stay there because at least I won't get harmed. You're being harmed perpetually there, one way or another. Step into the light. At least you're taking a massive risk, because it's possible that it will all turn out to be a giant lie and you'll be stabbed in the back. But at least you've taken a choice. You've made a choice and you've taken a chance. You've taken a leap of faith. Every time I make that leap of faith, I feel a damn sight better. It does affect things around me. I have noticed this. Whereas when I choose, again, see, this is the choice. When I choose this side, Jimmy, what Jimmy's telling me, it is always the same. It's destruction, hate, vengeance that will never be fulfilled. There won't be any vengeance, because in that paradigm, evil is so powerful, you'll never get a look in. You'll always be tortured to death over and over and over again. And that is not exactly what this reality is. But when you're so heavily traumatized, as a lot of us are, then I suppose you do feel that, because you've experienced so much darkness, you see. And that is what this, at this moment, this year possibly, is all about. It's about the final healing, the culmination of this healing, resulting in us truly being able to make the choice to finally trust our true self, to finally become one with our true self. And through that, and that I would call going through the eye of the needle, so through that process, becoming one finally with our true self after having gone through the eye of the needle, achieving this reset that I keep sensing, that I keep seeing, that I keep feeling, you know? I'm not here to experience all of this and then to die yet again and who knows what. That just doesn't feel right at all. But it may be somebody else's reality, so it may well be right for them. Do you see what I mean? For me, no, that's not how that pans out. That doesn't make me feel right. It makes me feel like, no, that's wrong. So I ain't doing that. I'm a creator being. This world needs reset. That's why I'm here. It's as simple as that. And it's interesting because of late I've sort of gotten into a few people that, you know, I listen to this person a bit and I listen to that person a bit, and there was some other guy who has some interesting theories about various things that I listen to. But I always come back to myself again. I pick out the pearls. The pearls are things that totally validate what I'd already worked out for myself anyway. The stuff that was given to me in dreams and visions and that or things that simply just, yeah, right, understand, that's what's going on, right. You know, so I get vindicated or I get validated, and those are the sort of pearls. So sometimes new things show up and it's like, yeah, I resonate with that. Oh, yeah, that works out. Yeah, it fits. But I'm never going to follow anybody. I'm never going to make somebody else's truth and somebody else's reality my own. No, this is never going to work. Never has. Never will. But the majority of people do that. Oh, I follow so-and-so because everything he says is true. And then they come and they leave a comment underneath one of my videos saying, oh, this is what's going on and that's what's going on. That's what I've worked out. And I'm thinking, no, you haven't worked that out for yourself at all. You just verbally, verbatim, repeated everything that this particular person has said, or that this particular group of people say. There is no authentic individual gnosis there whatsoever. You just believe something that this particular group believes. That's all. So you haven't worked it out for yourself. That's just arrogance and fear. There's a great deal of fear when it comes to walking your one true path, which is always right ahead of you. It's right there, and it's a narrow path. And it's shrouded in mist, and you don't know where it's going to take you. And you will face your shadow, your demons again and again and again. And many times you will think, where the fuck is this going? What have I got to show for it? Why am I suffering so much? But you'll find that a lot of the suffering is there because a part of you is addicted to it. A part of me is addicted to it. The victimhood, they're all doing it to me, and poor me, but I'm becoming more and more aware that I can, despite everything, choose light. Little by little by little. It isn't stood over us, stood over us like, well, I've got all day, you're going to trust me then, or what? Get the fuck on with it and trust, come on, go on. It's not like that at all. It knows, the Great Mother, or you, your true self, knows damn well where you've been, what you've been through, and how bloody traumatized you are, and what you are at this very moment are going through, and how bloody hellish it is. It knows that. So what can you do in this moment to help yourself, I ask myself. And it was this, and it said, choose love. Choose to love yourself. You're not helping yourself by clinging on to the hate and the rage. It's hurting you. So foster a willingness and an intention to let go of that as much as you can. It's hard. Let go a little tiny bit. Yeah, it feels better, doesn't it? Yeah. And just say, yes, I love myself, because... And maybe get pen and paper and write down why you love yourself. How courageous you are, how brave you are, how you're still going when so many others would have given up ages ago. How you're so full of empathy and compassion, which is why you cry so much when you see other people or animals hurting. You have wisdom, you have gnosis, and you know deep down that you have a purpose and that this is going somewhere. And you have the courage to take that leap of faith over and over again. It's not something that you do just the once and that sorts it all out. You take that leap of faith again and again and again. Even though it's the most terrifying thing you've ever done, because you don't know that it's going somewhere, because you're still in the trauma. And you're still in the suffering. Your dreams as yet have not been fulfilled, and reset has not happened. And the whole world is fucking going nuts around you. See, so this is really tough shit, people. Really tough shit. I commend us all for doing it, so much. I'm so proud of all of us. I really am. And this channel will always be about the real thing, for real, no bullshit. None of this airy-fairy fucking bollocks where I pretend to be better than I actually am. Where I don't share my darkness and my anger and my rage, and only share with you the loftier moments of the journey, because I don't see the point of that, because I don't believe in hierarchies. And I don't believe in teachers or gurus or experts. I don't believe in any of that. I believe that we are all equally valuable, and that we are having very similar journeys. They're not all in the same reality, but our realities get together have a drink together and say, yeah, take notes. So yeah, compare, yeah, right, yeah. You know, hey, it's alright, people, it's okay, you know. It's okay to be who you are. It's okay to be where you are. It's okay to be rough. It's okay to be fucking angry. It's okay to be in absolute fucking pieces. It's okay to feel really good. That's really good, isn't it? To feel really good. It's okay to have hope. It's, you know, yes, hopium, I know, hope. Hope is essentially nothing. So, I can't really think of another word for it though. It's okay to have faith. It's okay to trust yourself. It's okay to be in your shadow and say, no, I'm never gonna fucking trust you because you're gonna fucking betray me because look, what have I got to show for all the hard work that I've done? I've got nothing here. That's part of your journey too. It's black and it's white and it's everything in between. Maybe it's all the colours of the rainbow. Maybe we are the rainbow tribe people. You know, the ones this world has been waiting for or something. I know this. Several of my subscribers that I'm in contact with, people that are really close to my heart, and I as well, we are not here to live like this and then to find some sort of like, I don't know, acceptance and oh well, this is just the way the world has to be, and then we die and then we go somewhere else or whatever, whilst all this shit just goes on and on and on and on. That's not exactly what I'm here for. This type of experience in its darkness will no doubt exist somewhere, one way or another, because there will always be souls who need to come and have this type of experience, you see, so that's fair enough. So that's one nuance of it. But there's a nuance of it as well, where I feel I came here not to fix the world, but to reset it somehow. And only love can do that. And it starts within me. If I can love and embrace all parts of myself and understand that all the hurt in the world is my own hurt, that the world and I are one, in a sense. And I'm here to heal all, to be healed and to heal, using the power of love. That is what I feel for me, that is what I'm here to do. But it's different things for different souls, and that's perfectly okay. So there's no need to bash each other, or to rain on each other's parade, or to arrogantly point out that, well, you're very wrong, you know, that's not the truth, this is the truth. None of that, please, because that is not wisdom. That's fear, people, and there's no need for it, you know. Walk your true path. Follow your true self. Follow the yearning to be whole and one with your true self, or whatever it is you came here to do. Find out what that is and do that. You know, because reality is not one thing. It is many different things to many different people. That's the fact. And we're not even in the same reality from any day to the next. You know, there's all kinds of weird shit going on with regards to that. So it's a very mysterious experience. And I'm good with that. Evil would have you believe that it's mundane and that this is all there is, the bricks and mortar world, and that everything that deviates from that you think might be going on is bullshit and that you're delusional and mad. Well, you're not. Evil just is so boring and so fucking dull. Ugh. I'm bored with evil. Evil's just shit. So, I guess that's it for today. A bit of a ramble. Just keep on being real, people, and know that you're good to go. You're good to be real. Just let it all out. Scream, cry, rage, you know, bang your head against the wall if that's what you want to do. Go out in nature and scream your fucking head off. Scream or shout for joy. Whatever it is you want to do, whatever it is you feel you want to do, go for it. Do it. Be. Just be. You know? You're good. You're pure and you're beautiful. You matter.